Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, great. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. You're probably more awake than I am. You're probably used to the classes and probably practice as well in the mornings, aren't you?
Yeah. We normally practice in the morning, so yeah, definitely used to it, but never quite. Well, kind of used to it. Never quite like the super early ones. Never quite get used to, but yeah.
I remember that was back when I was playing soccer. That was the hard thing, is like going to practice and, they're like, hey, you guys are ready to go. You're used to it. No, you're never used to it. Never.
Yeah.
never,
Just
never a
kind
fun
of
thing.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us here. I got to let everyone know I'm joined by a special guest today. This Miela here, she had her family compete on the past season of Survivor Australia Blood versus Water. So this is the first. We're getting the insight from someone who had family actually on the show. So I'm excited to talk about that and talk about the latest season with you. But before we even do that, I have to tell you guys about what Miela's good at here. And that is, she just graduated from Duke University playing women's basketball for them. And I can't sell you short, Miela. Let me tell you about these accolades here, because I took some notes. All ACC freshman. She's a sharpshooter. Okay, 116 threes in the first two seasons that ranked fifth best among Duke Blue Devils. During the 18 and 19 season, 73 three-pointers for a Duke record, helped lead Australia to a silver medal back in the 2019 FIBA World Cup, and all while doing that on the ACC academic team as well, which we all know, if you played any sports in college or high school, is not easy to do. So Miela, before we get to the whole Survivor side of things, tell us, how did you get into the game of basketball? Because I know Briana's also into the game as well, as I saw she does a podcast over basketball. So how did this all get started?
Yeah, well, pretty crazy. Funnily enough, I actually got into basketball because of Briana. So I started playing when I was 6, but one day, like, Briana took home like the school newsletter, and there was like choice between like the co-curricular activities was basketball or ballet. And Mum said, Briana, like, you can pick a sport to do. And luckily she chose basketball. So I grew up watching her play. And then as soon as I was 6, I couldn't wait to get out there and follow my sister's footsteps and play basketball too. So yeah, kudos to Briana. She got me into it. Yeah.
So was Briana kind of like who taught you how to shoot and stuff? Because you were lights out. Every time I watched some highlights, like getting ready for this interview, I was like, okay, favorite type of basketball player right there is someone who can just drain the three from anywhere on the court. But it's not just that, you can pass and stuff too. You're pretty good at the assist numbers as well. So who taught you? Was it Briana or was it Juicy Dave over here, who is a secret basketball star?
Yeah, so it's a bit of both. Like, my whole family, to be honest, they've helped me so much. My brother and sister, we used to shoot at the park and play against each other. And then Dad would also help defend me and help work on my skills. But I did have other basketball coaches within my club and within the national performance program that really helped develop my shot and take it to like the new game, a new level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all know the game of basketball is always evolving, and you got the 3-point shot down. So as long as you got that on top of everything else, you are set. I had a feeling, just an intuition, that you'd be repping your university today as well. Yes. So I had to rep mine.
Nice.
Had to rep mine in just good spirits and everything. So how did it feel to play for Duke, such a historic college, especially in the basketball community? So how did it feel to come over here and play for Duke University?
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, to be honest. Yeah, you hear about Cameron Indoor Stadium, you see it on the TV, and to actually play in there, and versus teams in there and get to shoot in there alone when you want, it's pretty amazing. You just feel the history, and you've shot in there where other like amazing players have. So it's truly a blessing, and not only is it a good basketball program, it's a great academic institution too. So Duke's been an awesome school to go to. So yeah.
I had to wonder if the stadium was the arena is as loud and awesome as everyone says. Because I just heard, especially if it's like Duke versus North Carolina, I heard it is absolutely, it erupts.
Yeah, especially because it's a smaller gym than the new kind of modern gyms. Yeah, it gets super loud. And sometimes you're like, whoa, this is crazy on the ears. Nah, and then the Cameron Crazies always put on a show too. I guess I'm a part of that sometimes for the men's team.
Learning something every day.
But yeah, no, it gets loud in there, it gets crazy in there, but that's what makes it extra special.
Last question I have on the basketball side of things. Did you go to Coach K's final game, or how was that? Because I know you were there during this dramatic time of Coach K is finally stepping down. So I had to ask about him.
Yeah. So funnily enough, because it was UNC the last game, that game is always like packed out to the max. So normally we get tickets being on the women's basketball team, but because this game, there's like no room. So they only give it to like the people who purchased the tickets. So I actually had to watch the game outside of Cameron, outside.
Still had to be electric.
Yeah, because not everyone could fit in the gym. So they had an outdoor area where we all watched the game as well. So, but yeah, it was pretty crazy game. Coach Gay's been a goat. It's been pretty cool. I've been able to talk to him and meet him through like the locker room hallways and everything. And yeah, he's really done Duke proud and really set history. So we're super grateful for him, and then ready for John Shire to take over. Yeah.
I'm just jealous. Being a college basketball fan, I was like, it has to be amazing to play for Duke and everything. If you ever make your way up to Indy, please help me out. Because no joke, I tried to model my game around a sharpshooter. I'm like, I can do this. I was out there all summer preparing and just could never get it. So never was my sport to be good at. Love watching. So if you ever make it to Indy, please help me out.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's get to the Survivor side of things now while I have you here. So very generic question to start off here. Has Survivor always been a part of your life and your family's life, or is it something that just came around because you had a few loved ones compete on the show?
Yeah, no, so it actually has been around. So Dad originally got Briana into it, and then it became a little bit of like a family watch time while we ate dinner. And then obviously as you get older, it's a bit harder with different time schedules and everything. But I continued to watch it until I came over to America. And
they don't make it easy to watch over here.
Yeah, it was a bit harder to watch. But no, it's always been a part of the family. It's such a great game. And yeah, it was pretty exciting when the fam got on there.
So I have to ask as well, what was the initial reaction? You hear Briana's going out there, Juicy Dave. I'm sorry. I have to keep referring to him as Juicy Dave now. It's just mid-season podcast form and everything. So what was the initial reaction? Was this something that you knew could be a possibility over the years?
Yeah, I know. So Briana, when she was 21, so a few years ago, I know she auditioned and she got to the final stage, but didn't make it. But we knew she was going to audition sometime again. But no, it was pretty crazy when we heard not only Briana getting her dream, but Dad also playing, who was definitely not his dream. So, but no, it was phenomenal. Our whole family it was on Zoom because I'm over in America. But yeah, we were all celebrating and we were just excited for them to get going. And yeah, they're both great people and both very capable of getting, having a good shot at winning it. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
That's what I was going to ask. You can say this now because the season's over, unbiased. Who did you think was, before we get into how the season actually went down, who did you think was going to have the better year? There had to be someone that you're like, okay. And I imagine it was probably Briana.
Yeah, so it's hard to say because since watching a lot of Survivor, I do know that when you see a threat, a lot of people want to vote them out. So I know Briana is, she's very fit. So that's always like a lot of people, when you get to a certain stage, they want to get people out who are like challenge beasts. Mm-hmm. So I thought that could be one thing, but she's also very smart, but she is very eager and excited to go in. And then Dad, on the other hand, he'd watched it a bit, but it'd been a while. So he was a bit more on the mellow side. But he does work in business. So I thought he could work with his social game. He could work with different kind of people, different personality types. So to be honest, I thought they both had a shot. I think it just depended on which tribe they were in, to be honest, and who they're around. Because in the end of the day, that's, kind of depends a lot on like how far you get. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was just rooting for both of them.
Miela gave the safe answer there. She's like, all right, I'm still saying both of them, even after the season. Smart. But now looking back at their journeys, two very distinct journeys. Briana, I know for a fact, she was my winner pick. She was my winner pick start of the season. And then Juicy Dave coming out and surprising everybody, especially after that first week kind of blunder that he had. So what do you think of their seasons? I mean, you kind of said it to a T. Briana was a threat, and Juicy Dave, he's a smart man. He knows how to get by.
Yeah. I thought they both did an awesome job. I think Briana was always going to be a threat, but I think she played a tough game. Like she went out there and wanted to play strategic, which I think, you got to give credit to, because some people just play it safe, and you can do that, or you can go out and, really play the game. So yeah. So, I was really proud of Briana, and I think, she was pretty excited to go out there and play. So maybe that was something for like if she goes on there again in the future. But yeah, I think she outplayed and outwitted, but I don't think she outlost, which in Survivor you need all three. So yeah. And then with Dad, it's super interesting also like hearing their side and what actually happened, because obviously TV portrays and doesn't show everything.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of conversations and stuff that people don't see. So like for Dad, he was very strategic, but it didn't really come across like that. He said he was always planning and talking to people, but a lot of his stuff didn't get shown. So, but I knew Dad would, because again, he's in the business world, which is pretty tough and ruthless, and he's super smart. So no, I think he did a great job, and he actually broke his rib on one of the first challenges, but
give us the insight here.
Yeah, when he slid down the slope, he actually broke the left rib, but couldn't tell anyone, otherwise he'd get voted out. So there's a lot of stuff that no one really knows, but it's pretty crazy to hear. But Dad did really well, and he went to the end. I think his defining moment, which I think he played really smart, was flipping with KJ to vote Jordan out. So I think Geordie is a great player, but I do think he flipped a bit early where he didn't have the numbers, but he did a great job of being able to stay out of trouble, even though he kind of was in trouble the whole time. But I thought Dad did a great job. So kudos to him. But I thought Dad did a great job of his timing with it, because when he did flip, he did have the numbers. And I thought that was just super smart, because you want to play the game and do big moves, but it's all about timing. So I thought Dad did a great job with that. And then towards the end, can never trust anyone, Survivor. So
that's the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I thought he had a great job, and thought both of them did our family proud and Survivor proud.
I love how it's just brushed off. I'm learning I have terrible pain tolerance, because it's oh yeah, he had a broken rib. It's fine. It's same thing with US Survivor. Some guy dislocated his shoulder. It's fine. But I loved how both of them played. I mean, Briana was just so aggressive, out of the gate going. I remember the tackle box where she, just in front of everyone, she's like, all right, I'm looking for this thing. She didn't even care. She's like, I'm going to find this. And I was waiting to see Briana in a basketball type challenge, because they always do this. I'm I need to see her skills here, because I know yes, exactly. I know she knows how to shoot. And then Juicy Dave, it was just incredible to watch, because from week one, after his first week, we said on the podcast, we're there's no way he lasts another week after outing Sam. Not a chance. And he was so smart. He's okay, I need to take a step back. I just need to kind of go along with the flow, let everyone else do their thing, and made it. I believe, I don't have it in front of me, and my memory is terrible, but I believe it was 7th. He made it to 7th.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So put us in the perspective of someone who is watching their family on the show. So when they came back, did they kind of keep you in the dust here? You're just going to have to watch the season, or did they kind of tell you how it played out?
Yeah, so obviously there's a bit of restrictions with what they can say and everything. Yeah. So, which makes it all exciting, extra exciting to watch. But what they could say, they did tell me, a little bit. So that was exciting. But nah, it was pretty awesome to see a family member on TV, a little bit of an Aussie celeb, which is hilarious, Juicy Dave and Briana. So no, that was super exciting to watch. Not gonna lie, when they got voted out, it hurt. It hurt a bit. I was like, what? But I guess, yeah, from the people on the show everyone, whenever they had a loved one voted out, they were a bit like hurt. And I guess that's how I felt, even though I wasn't on this show. But no, it was so awesome to see, because I love Survivor, and to see my family members on there was really exciting. Yeah.
I didn't write this down, so I'm kind of catching you on the spot here. So apologies. But do you have a favorite Survivor player or Survivor moment that you remember being a Survivor fan?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
there's so much so many people to choose from.
Yeah, there's so many players. Yeah, there's so many players. I thought the Golden God King, David. Yeah, I thought he in his second season, I thought he was super smart. When he won it, like, I just thought the way he played was pretty Survivor 101. Like, yeah, like a lot of deceiving and all that, but in a very like social way. So I thought that was just a pretty clever. But there's so many great players. Yeah, so tough to choose.
So, are we ever going to see Miela possibly become one of these great Survivor players? Like, is that in the realm of possibilities, seeing a third Goodchild member to go on the show?
Yeah, look, I would be so down to go on the show. It'll depend, obviously, because I'm going to go professional, so it'll depend on how, when I have a break or anything. But yeah, I'd definitely be keen to go on Survivor. Not gonna lie, I am competitive, so in the challenges, I would be going hard. So
I'm betting on you for every challenge. I just want you to know that now. So like years down the road, when this happens, you can be like, okay, I got Randy like riding on this, so I need to do well here.
Yeah, so I'm like, could potentially be a physical threat, but I do think, because basketball is such a sport around the world, like I met all different kinds of people, personalities from different backgrounds. So I do think socially, yeah, I could interact, and the social game could be there. So we'll see. But yes, I would love to go on.
This is her open invitation, right? We just got her saying it. So we'll see her out there very soon. Yeah. So thank you again so much for joining us today. I do have to ask, to wrap us up here, what is next? Because you graduated from Duke. Draft was last night. So what is next for Miela now?
So next, so I will be looking for WNBA training camps and seeing how that goes. And then I will most likely go back and play in Australia for the NBL 1. And then, it's just a professional life. So I'll decide between WNBL or Europe for the next season in September. And then pretty much from there on, it just goes professional team to professional team. And I'll choose, like, if I want to stay in Australia or play in different countries in Europe. So it's pretty exciting. I've worked really hard my whole life, and finally I get to live the dream.
It's got to feel amazing. Feel amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty ready for it. And I'm really excited to see where the future takes me. And
you're going to be like so busy. I love how energetic you are, because you just got off like full school, full-time student and basketball. And now it's like, all right, straight back into training camp and stuff as well. Like, where is the break there?
Yeah, look, not going to lie, in the basketball world, there isn't too many breaks, but, Christmas is a little break here and there. And then you get summer break, but I'll be playing. So there'll be little breaks every now and then for holidays, but, I'm doing what I love. So can't complain.
Not too bad.
Yeah. When you love what you do, then it's, as they say, it's not even work. So
Well, we do have the Indiana fever here, and they've been bad for years. So I'm going to try to talk them into getting you on the team here, because I'd love to see a sharpshooter. If you ever make it out to Indy, hit us up, let me know, and I'll show you around the best parts of town.
Yes, for sure.
Well, thank you so much again for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here today to talk about Survivor. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Miela.
Thanks. You too.